ended on.
So now this is when they're at their best. And it's when they're 12 years for this. So drink it in.
Still goes through Ireland, New Zealand.
Well, he'd love to be immortality as an athlete. 19.79. It's a goal. It's 8 goals.
Every day, our lives are changed by history,
We are one people, all of us.
leaders, politics.
Greenwoods went for goal. Goalkeeper missed it.
Fight for him. He does a right hand and down goes Paul straight away.
Oh, what a point to end it on.
So now this is when they're at their best. And it's when they're 12 years for this. So drink it in.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Extraordinary here on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Ekpo Temple. On today's show, we shall take a look at Nigeria's contingent, the activities in Nigeria Premier Football League, and England 58 years quest for a major football trophy. These and many more will form the bulk of the conversation here on the show. Don't go anywhere.
Went for goal. Goalkeeper missed it.
Fight for him. He does a right hand and down goes Paul straight away.
Oh, what a point to end it on.
So now this is when they're at their best. And it's when they're 12 years for this.
And welcome back from that break. If you're just joining us, is Sports Extraordinary here, and I have Miracle Nyekeze joining me this Thursday evening. Miracle, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, Temple. It's always good to be here to speak.
Let me start by asking how miraculous was the outing of England yesterday against.
Best performances so far in this Euros competition. They actually dominated play throughout the course of the game, especially in the first half, where the likes of Kobe Mino, the likes of Phil Foden dominated play. Actually, unfortunately for them, they went behind, but they were able to come back with the likes of Hurricane scoring from the penalty spots, and they actually needed substitutions like Cole Palmer and Ole Watkins to actually change the game for them and grind out the result by giving them the win.
And of course, obviously, it was clear that the way they go about their activity, to talk about them more on the later part of the show. But quickly, let's start with Team Nigeria. It is we're already counting down to the start of the Olympics this month in Paris, and of course, Team Nigeria with tomorrow here the proceedings. If they will. If the athletes will be having some challenges or not, because there will be a ruling of the Court of Arbitration for Sports tomorrow on the allegation by the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, that the country is non-compliant with the anti-doping code. What this implies is, if we do not pull through, the national anthem of Nigeria will not be sung, even if should any
The athletes represented themselves. So I don't feel like it's a good one for both the athletes and for both the country as a whole. So we need to do a lot for us to be able to solve this problem.
For us to be able to solve the problem, and of course, we heard clearly from that man, Tunde Papola, the secretary of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, who is very optimistic that Nigeria will pull through. And I'm asking, it is one thing to say, if you knew that you have done a lot, maybe they've done some internal things, or they've done some findings, investigation, they have done their part to ensure that the ruling will be in their favor. That's why he is just sounding very optimistic.
Yes, he's optimistic, but
players that will speak for them at the CAS.
yeah, definitely, definitely. They need to hire very good lawyers, because we know that CAS is not just where you go and just giving your points.
Like in the case of Amushan.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of lawyers came in for her, who stood in for her, and
at the end of the day,
yeah, she was not found guilty.
Yeah.
Even if at some point, there are a level of guilt, in her case, but the lawyers were able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that she was not guilty as charged.
Yes, definitely. We need very, very good lawyers to be able to take this case to CAS. We need a very, very good lawyer, because the hearing is on Friday in Switzerland, and it's not just far. It's not far, and the Olympic is just 15 days away. So these athletes, it can act this kind of result, and this kind of thing can actually affect our athletes. It can affect the athletes, because they won't be knowing if they'll be able to participate or not, or how they'll be able to participate. So we need to do a lot. The Ministry of Sports should actually come together and resolve this, find a resolution to this matter as soon as possible.
Find a resolution for this matter as soon as possible. But away from that, Great Britain has been banking on medals from at least 9 Nigerian-born sports stars at this year's Olympics. So it implies that we'll be seeing Nigerian-born athletes participating for Great Britain. And one will ask, these are athletes that ordinarily should, represent Nigeria.
Yes, definitely. We've seen a lot of athletes over the years when it comes to athletics and other sports actually leave Nigeria to represent other countries. I wouldn't say it's a surprise to me, because it's not a surprise. It's something that has been reoccurring over the course of the years, both in the last Olympics and the one before that. A lot of athletes have actually represented a lot of countries instead of their homegrown country, which is Nigeria. I wouldn't say it's a new thing, but I feel like it's a big blow for Nigeria, because we need our best athletes representing us at all times in major tournaments like this, especially in the Olympics. We need our best athletes and our best legs, but unfortunately for us, we've seen that we've not been able to put ourselves together throughout the course of the last couple of years. A lot of athletes have fallen down the medal table. They've not been able to perform at highest level. So maybe the way of our lack of preparations that have actually prompted these athletes to be able to go out there and represent other countries instead of representing Nigeria.
And of course, now we'll take our drive now to, the most talking part of sports now. If you're a follower of tennis, the place to be is the Wimbledon, the All England club. We have about 14 courts and still counting there. Our center court seems to be one that features a fine fashion without even playing, on making a serve, was through to the semi-finals against Australia's Alex de Minaur.
Yes, definitely. Novak Djokovic has been one of those players that a lot of people have been looking towards to watch in this ongoing Wimbledon tournament. We've seen a lot of fans and a lot of celebrities come out to watch the likes of Novak Djokovic. Unfortunately for them yesterday, it was not to be made, because his opponent right there, the Australian Alex de Minaur, actually withdrew from the tournament due to a hip injury of coaching staffs as a whole. So I feel like hinting to know if the injury was going to be that serious, because in his last game, he actually, in the last set,
of course, for a certain Lorenzo Musetti threw against Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz is one player that has really shown, tact and zealousness in this year's edition. But somehow losing against Italian Lorenzo Musetti in a 3-6, 7-6, 6-2, 3-6, 6-1, 5-setter there, to Taylor Fritz. I would have expected him, the American, to at least to pull more weight. If you had asked me before that game, I would think Taylor Fritz would go through against Musetti, but the reverse was the case.
By being able to move forward and having the walkover right there, he'll be actually looking forward to playing his semi-final game. I think it's his 13th semi-final in Wimbledon, and it's a very big main feat for the likes of Novak Djokovic, who will be looking forward to winning another Grand Slam to his name, making it 25 Grand Slams, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So he has a lot. He just boys the likes of Yannick Sinner out, the likes of Carlos Alcaraz out already from this Wimbledon. I feel like Novak Djokovic is actually the favorite right now to retain this title.
And I think that what we are seeing clearly is he has not been to any finals in throughout this year, be it Grand Slam, be it the Master Series, you know, be it
Finals, I think he's the favorite to go through, playing the likes of.
that's what a lot of people say when he gets to semi-finals.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
the favorite to go through, but sometimes we know that these other young gents can be able to pull up an upset.
A short break. Let's take a look at what is happening in the female scene, where, as I speak to you right now, it looks like Paoli is through to, you know, the finals, the finals, or is it the semi-finals? Because she will be, she's just getting through that encounter.
Want to call as well. Actually rooting for Elena Rebekina. She's been one of those players in the past that have shown tactical prowess when it comes to the world of tennis. Unfortunately for her, over the years, she's not been that consistent enough. But she's a previous winner as well. So I'm tipping her to actually go through by winning her own quarterfinals, going through to the semi-finals as well.
And of course, a lot is still happening. Tomorrow, we'll get to see how it all plays out. But I can tell you that these two semi-final, they are games that are going, and of course, we'll get to see in the male, we're going to see a certain Carlos Alcaraz take on Daniel Medvedev, and Lorenzo Musetti will take on Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic should be able to win Lorenzo Musetti and get to the finals, but then that's on paper. We'll get to see how it all plays out. So we're going to short break now. When we come back, we have football matters here. We'll start from the Nigeria Premier Football League.
Sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Sports Extraordinary here on Atlantic Television Network, and it's Sports Galore. We've looked at a lot of trending matters from the preparation of Team Nigeria going to the Olympic. We talked about, the ruling tomorrow, expectation, and why Nigeria should not be banned, because the implication that comes with being banned cannot be enumerated. Thirdly, we also looked at the one of the Wimbledon that is coming, to the closing stages, and of course, what is happening. We can tell you that Jasmine Paolini, the Italian, is through to the semi-finals, and she will be playing. Okay, she's through to the finals already. She'll be playing against either Elena Rybakina or a certain Barbora Krejcikova, and of course, she defeated Donna Vekic, who won Luluson few days ago. And you know how it is. It's one game and you get it right, you are through to the next round, and it looks like Elena Rybakina and that lady Jasmine Paolini have done everything right to be in the finals of the women showcase at the Wimbledon. They are in the All England Club. It's time to talk football matters now, and of course we'll start from the Nigerian scene, where Imama Amapakabo is the name on the lips of many. You know why? In 2016, Imama Amapakabo did an exploit with the side Rangers, the same Rangers that won the league in the just concluded season. So you want to put two things together by saying that Abia Warriors unveiling Imama Amapakabo yesterday, it shows that he has some, he had a lot to give, and the contract is open for renewal for both parties after his expiration. He's expected to work with Coach Bete Oji, who led the team in the Nigeria Premier Football League last season and also took them to the final of the Federation. Oji to change the narrative and lead the team, to the other part, and of course we'll see how far that goes. But one thing very important is to note that Imama Amapakabo will be with Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors got to the finals of the last season's President Federation Cup, where they lost to Academy Warriors of Maiduguri. But away from that, still in the Nigeria Premier Football League, Enugu Rangers themselves, they are not holding back, because they truly want to showcase strength and the effort to make a good defense. The Nigeria Premier Football League title they won last season, they want to go further step by getting players that will do the needful for this side. They have also showcased some strength, and I think that from what they are doing, it shows that they really want to hold on to the title.
Yes, definitely. We know that being the current holders of the Nigerian Professional Football League, they need to do a lot of work, both behind the scenes and on the pitch. And currently now, having such amount of money that they've been able to gain by winning the league, about 150 million naira, I feel like they should be able to use that money up to reconstruct the team and to reinforce new players, which they've been actually doing by signing this new goalkeeper that they've done from Lobby Stars. It's a good one for them. And them representing Nigeria in the CAF Champions League actually is a big one for them, and they need reinforcement both on their team and their coaching staff. So I feel like they have been doing a nice one.
Because this actually want to challenge very well in this year's
coach also, because their coach have been very fantastic as well for them, winning the league for the first time for them after having a lot of successful spells in different clubs, and their general manager as well has been doing a lot behind the scenes, making sure that this club should be run perfectly. The general manager has done a lot behind the scenes, making sure that they were able to win the league in the just concluded season. So I feel like the general manager should continue on his good works. He should be able to reinforce new players, not just going out to carry 3, 4, 5 players like a lot of Nigerian teams do. Sometimes in the window we see some Nigerian teams offloading as much as 8 players, signing 10. I don't feel like it's not about signing players. It's finding
like those that have signed 7 players.
Yes, I don't just understand. Signing 7 players, are they coming to? All of them coming to enter the first team? Are you sending them to the academy?
Maybe it also depends on how these players are gotten.
Yeah, definitely. Because for them to be signing that amount, I feel like they'll be offloading as much as
too.
Yeah. So definitely, Enugu Rangers have a lot to do in this upcoming season.
Enugu Rangers do have a lot to do in this upcoming season, and of course, ahead of the preliminaries that starts next month in the CAF Champions League and CAF Confederation Cup, it looks like Eyimba Football Club have been exempted, from the first round because of their seeding. So it means except for Enugu Rangers, we're going to see the likes of Remo Stars play the preliminary rounds, and that is the bane of Nigeria. It's always been difficult to win that preliminary round before you now play the next round where Eyimba will now start. So what can our club do? Not just them alone, even Enugu Rangers too. You know, we also play in the preliminary round. You know, they will start. But Enugu Rangers, they are one leg ahead. They are not the only team that will be there.
Academy Warriors need a lot of work to do behind scenes. They have a lot of work to do behind the scenes because they are not that exposed when it comes to representing Nigeria on the African level, or representing Nigeria when it comes to the CAF Champions League or the CAF Confederations Cup. They have not been that exposed enough. So I feel like they have a lot to do. They should not just go there and play and just get knocked out in the first round. It will not tell a good one for them as a team. So I feel like Academy Warriors should work hard enough to be able to at least move on to the next round, because we've seen teams like Remo Stars in the past last season.
The arrival of Shola Numonu has also swelled the number of players in camp to 16. This is even as two more players, midfielder Regina Otu and defender Jumoke Alani, whose travel visas were procured yesterday by the NFF, are already expected to land in Spain later today. So maybe by tomorrow, by this evening, they should have jetted in and it completes the squad. Massive preparation, few days to the Olympic. Our ladies looks like Randy Radrom should be smiling right now.
Yes, definitely. Randy Radrom should be smiling right now because he actually has his best legs in camp already. And they've been preparing for quite a while right now for the Paris Olympic Games. So definitely, I feel like the Super Falcons, they've had a lot of preparations and they've been able to prepare well. And I see them achieving great heights in this coming Olympic, representing Africa and representing Nigeria.
And of course, not just about representing Nigeria alone. They have a lot going for them. Because you look at the squad, you think that I was thinking like Martha that will be celebrated. I was thinking that maybe you come along with the Nigerian legend, you know, the former captain of the side. Apart from that, we also saw Ashley Prompter will not be part of this particular one because of our injury concern. And you think that we are well fashioned and ready, or we are still judging from what the guests did in New Zealand and Australia the last time during the World Cup?
I feel like one of the advantage the girls have right now is the fact that they still have their national team coach, Coach Randy Waldron, on their side, still with them and controlling and coaching this team, because it's a huge boost for them, other than the likes of the Super Eagles that have been changing managers helter-skelter. So I feel like they still have a coach around the world, which a lot of people have criticized in the past for not
scoring goals.
Yeah, but actually he actually performed in the last World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, proving everybody wrong. Unfortunately for him, nothing on penalties, but the girls actually gave it their all in that tournament. So actually I'm tipping them to actually do the same, even more in this Olympic tournament. But it will be very, very difficult with the likes of big teams that they've been paired with in the group stages. I see that it will be very, very difficult for them, but I still see them making it through.
Of course, very difficult for them. We'll see how it all pans out. Let's talk about the Euros now, and it is everything is set for the finals of this year's European Championship. And I can tell you for sure that in some quarters in England and in the British territory, the chant of "it is coming home" seems to be the order of the day. And I ask you, Miracle, is this trophy coming home after 58 years?
Definitely, the English national team stand a huge chance. But the Spanish national team is not just a main fit team for them to ride on. They've been one of the best teams, if not the best team, throughout the course of this tournament. So I feel like the English team will be having it very, very, very hard to get this one over the Spanish national team. We know how the English media always is. Even in tournaments that they don't perform, they actually have the media hype. It's coming home. So it's a tag that they've been actually carrying on since the 2020. Actually criticized a lot of times in this tournament, but unfortunately, he's been able to prove everybody wrong, and he'll be looking on to win his first major trophy and the first European title for the English national team.
Sheer brilliance, luck, and resilience. Which of these attributes will you ascribe to the English team?
I want to say all, because in some aspects they've been as well lucky in their previous games in the group stages and the knockout stages. But I want to pinpoint all those attributes to the English national team, but because they've been quite a team that a lot of people didn't give a chance, but unfortunately they are eventually in the finals, and who knows if this time around it might be coming home.
And of course, let's take a look at the man you just talked about earlier, Gareth Southgate, and you know, his pattern of play. He invited 24 players to the camp, and he looks like one man who understands what it means. I mean, in terms of substitution, tactically, they blend with the players.
And the likes of Phil Foden to showcase themselves, as well as Bukayo Saka, benching Alexander Arnold and putting in Kobe Mainoo actually gave the likes of Declan Rice a lot of confidence and a lot of advantage for them to sit back and express themselves, sit back and express themselves. Kobe Mainoo had been the one playing the box-to-box midfield. He's been going forward and coming back, but the creativity have not been that much from the likes of Jude Bellingham. That's why he always brings in the likes of Cole Palmer coming from the bench, which has actually changed a lot of games for him so far.
And of course, let's see how it all goes. One thing very important is that after yesterday's game against Netherlands, the English team were hoping to, you know, change the narrative happening in club football. As I mean, a lot has transferred in recent time, and the transfer season is on. It looks like players are just moving from one end to the other. But some teams are also very careful to watch out for the conclusion of the Euros for them to make that decision, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of transfer rumors and a lot of transfer speculations so far in the last 2 to 10, their respective teams in the Euros before